ask a question, you may press star 1. Today's conference is being recorded. If you have any objections, you may disconnect at this time. And now turn the call over to Bayer Catron. You may begin.
Thanks so much, and thanks everyone for taking the time to join us today for our webinar. We're really happy to have you, and we're really proud of the advancements we've made in our website over the past few months. So today we're going to be talking about the Find Grants tool and other tools that you can use to research HRSA grants. We hold these webinars about every 2 months. We record them so you can see them on the link that you see there on your screen. We like for you to join when you can, because that way you can ask questions and we can get your questions answered. But if you have any questions after the fact, you can also reach us at data@hrsa.gov. And you can also ask to be removed from the list or added to the notification list if you got a tip on this webinar from a coworker. I'm going to go ahead and present this slide deck, and then my colleague Rita Fian and I are going to do a brief demonstration of the site, and then after that we'll take your questions. So this slide deck is going to show you a little bit about the data warehouse, what it does, what we've improved about it recently, and how you can get us feedback if it's not meeting your needs or if you notice a problem. Then we're going to demonstrate the Find Grants tool, and as I said, then we'll take all your questions. The HRSA Data Warehouse is where HRSA's public data lives. It's the enterprise repository for HRSA. Our public-facing website is data.hrsa.gov, and that's the place to go if you want information on health centers, HIV care centers, shortage areas, and so on and so forth. We present our data through self-service maps, dashboards, and data, and I'll get into a little bit more about how those work. We redesigned our website at the end of last year, and we've continued to make improvements over 2019. We streamlined the navigation. We reorganized it so it's easier to find things. We shortened our domain to data.hrsa.gov, and we just overall made it more intuitive and more sensible, and we hope that you find it to be more useful. There's also how-to videos, as I mentioned. That's where you'll find these webinars, as well as short videos to introduce some of our tools. One thing you can do if you want just a summary of HRSA's funding activity is to use our fact sheets. Fact sheets are PDF files that you can download and take with you or print. They show you what's going on the national level or by region, state, county, or congressional district. And we've recently added the opioid grant funding as well, which a lot of people are finding useful. We also have the data by geography tool. This works at the same geographic levels as the fact sheets, but it allows you to view the information on screen, and you can also export it to Excel or a PDF file. We also have what are called data dashboards. Dashboards are interactive tools that you can use to look at data visually. We have quite a number of them, as you can see. We have them on grants. That would be another way to look at HRSA grants. We have shortage area dashboard, sites, demographics, organ donation, and so on and so forth. We also have improved our Data Explorer. This is what used to be called the Data Portal. This is a powerful tool for accessing the specific slice of data that you need. It allows you to select a data source and then drill down to the specific piece of that data source that you want. We've really made it quite a lot better. It's a lot easier to use now, so we recommend taking a look at that. We'll have a webinar on that one in 2020. We also offer all manner of map technologies. We did a webinar on the map tool about a month or two ago, and we will do one again because it's a very popular tool. We have a map gallery, which allows you to download PDF files of pre-made maps. There's also quick maps, which provide a shortcut into the map tool with pre-selected data, and then the map tool itself allows you to start from scratch and build exactly the map that you want. Our old map tool was a little awkward to use. You had on the left menu there, you can see you had to open and close a lot of boxes to try to find what you needed. The print quality wasn't very good, so we went ahead and redid it from the ground up. Now the data sources are searchable in the left, and the output is much sharper, so we recommend taking a look at that as well. The instant search is the feature that allows you to find data to add. There's also a search box on the right that lets you jump to a specific state or a specific address. So basically, there's too many improvements to go into now, but we'll have another webinar on this definitely next year. As I said, if you want to get in touch with us and find out when we're going to have our next webinar, you can just write to us at our email box, data@hrsa.gov. We also want to hear about any of your feedback, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and what data sources you'd like to see us add. Especially if you have access to a data source that could be useful, we really want to hear from you because we're always interested in adding new data. So for the main event today, we're talking about Find Grants. Find Grants has been upgraded to a one-screen design that is much more efficient and easy to use. You don't have to click around all over the place. It provides a table that's easy to read with the results, and you can filter or sort the results just as you like. We have data on the past 10 years of funding, including the present year. What I'm going to show you today, along with Rita's help, is I'm going to show you how to select the information that you need, how to make it sort in ascending or descending order by column, and how to reset to the default view, which is going to be grants from the current fiscal year so far across all programs. I'll also show you how to search for a specific grant and how to export your results. You can download those as a spreadsheet or a PDF file. If you'd like to follow along while Rita and I are showing you how to use this, you can go to the link on the screen there. It's data.hrsa.gov/tools/find-grants, and there's a hyphen in Find Grants. That wraps up our slide deck, so I'll go ahead and jump into the demonstration part of the session. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, at this point, Rita, if you'd like to join the conversation, you can. So the way to, I think I heard you click, Rita.
Oh, no, you're doing fine. I'll jump in when you need me to.
All right, Rita, thank you. So the way you get to everything on our site is by using our navigation up on the top here. And if you want to go to one of our tools in specific, you would use this and go to Find Grants. Some of the other items I mentioned you can find up here. If you go to Data, you can get the fact sheets or the dashboards. If you go to Maps, you can go to the Map tool here, Quick Maps, and Map Gallery. These are all things that I talked about briefly. But today we're looking at Find Grants. So let's go ahead and go to it. So as I said, by default, it's going to bring up grants from the current year so far. Obviously, this is not a complete list of grants awarded because the fiscal year is not over yet. But here you can see fiscal year 2020 grants are coming up. And from here, you can filter the data further. Filtering means selecting just a specific subset of the data rather than everything that's available. You can see here under the filter selections, this is the data we're looking at now, all program areas for 2020 fiscal year. If we were to add other filters using these controls up top, we can always reset to this default view by clicking Reset Filters. But the way we interact with the data and filter it is by using these drop-down menus up top here. So to apply a filter, you use this drop-down menu. Let's say you wanted to look at specific program areas. Just click the little caret on the right-hand side. Let's say we want to look at primary care. Let's check it there. You can then, if you wish, choose a specific program name if you want. Choose a specific fiscal year, or even multiple fiscal years like this. Going from left to right, you could then select a specific state if you want. Let's look at California. It's always got a lot of grants. From there, you can choose a specific county in the state you selected if you want to. And finally, you can choose the grantee class, whether you're looking at all grantees corporate, other, or U.S. government entity. I'll just leave that all grantee types. Then you hit submit right here. And just like that, we see primary healthcare grants in California. Now let's say we wanted to look at the fiscal year 2019 ones first. The way you would change that is these little arrows. These arrows control whether you're looking at ascending or descending order. So right now we're looking at it in descending order, most recent to earliest. If we want to go like this, ascending, it flips it up, and now 2019 grants are shown first. And again, if we wanted to go back, if we decide this isn't what we wanted, we want to reset to the default, just click Reset All Filters, and it'll take us back to all programs for the current year, which is 2020. This can take a moment because it has to look through all the data. And there we have it. Now let's say we want to search for a specific grant. This is where I need Rita, because she knows the programs better than I do. Rita, if we wanted to search for a specific, let's say an opioid support.
So you can activity code G25, and you get the rural health opioid grants.
All right, let's give it a shot. So we'll leave this blank. Grant number is blank. Grantee name is blank, so we can look at all the rural opioid grants. And there they are. It came up really quick. So this is for all. It should be for all years. So let's see if we can look at it in. Yeah, it looks like this program received grants in 2018 and 2019. Want to know more about these specific columns? You can just go ahead and click these little eye bubbles. These are what tell you what each of these items are, what they mean in essence, so you can get more background on exactly what you're looking at. If you want to export this to Excel or what have you, you can go up here to export data. Just click on the Excel button, and it will let you download Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. If you want it in PDF form for printing, you can just click PDF. And that is what I had on my agenda. Rita, do you have anything else to add?
Maybe the reset the filters button.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. The filter selections, you mean, like right here. Yeah, that's a good point. So these are always available to show you exactly what it is you're looking at. But the important things to remember are the search grants button and these little drop-down arrows. And it's important to use them from left to right, because some of these data elements depend on the previous one. Like county needs to know what state you're in, and program name needs to know what program area you're in before you can select from it. And that's Find Grants. Okay. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. But I hope you all will continue to receive our announcements of these webinars. We'll have another one probably in February. And we'll be doing exciting topics like our map tool, our data explorer, and all the other new offerings that we have in the works for you guys. So thanks again for all your support, all your feedback. Write to us at data@hrsa.gov if you have any questions. Thanks so much.
Thank you. That does conclude today's conference. We thank you for your participation. At this time, you may disconnect your lines.